Welcome to STARCARD Podcast. Here at STARCARD Podcast, we get a glimpse at the age of Aquarius ahead of us. We also examine the worlds of education and workplace ethics. My name is Breakaway Ray. I like talking about the breakaway civilizations because we're breaking away from the one we're in now. You've tuned into a live tarot throw. Today is November 30th, the last day of November 2025, and it is the last of our 12 days of the 12 laws of karma. Today we'll be visiting with law of karma number 1. But in the meantime, I want to get you your tarotlogical forecast for the upcoming week of December 1st, 2025. What we're going to do is we're going to draw from 2 decks. One deck will give us a perspective to view the week from. And then for each day of the week, we'll throw a pair of cards and check out the dynamics in play. And hopefully that gives you like a clue to how you want to make your moves as you go through the next work week. And I want to wish you a lot of luck, and I'm here for you. We like to come out a few times a week in the morning, usually, but we tend not to come out on Mondays, and that's why I'm here on Sunday with your tarotlogical forecast to make sure you're all ready for the upcoming week. In any case, here we go, everybody. Let's go to the tarot cam. All right. Here are some of the decks in play today. So if you want a tarot reading for the second part of the show, which is in 25 minutes, you could type in all capital letters in the chat, tarot please, and you can even request one of these decks. I'm happy to shuffle and throw for you. This is so much fun. We're throwing cards in a multi-continental fashion. Welcome to all the viewers all around the world. It's great that you could be here. I really appreciate your time. Thanks for inviting me into your home. Meanwhile, we have the classic tarot deck, and why I like this deck is because it has all the words on it. Here you go. Here's your King of Pentacles. It makes it easy to learn tarot in a hurry. I've only been throwing cards since March. Then there's the other classic deck, which would be the Robin Hood Tarot. If you're going to throw tarot cards, as far as I know, you pretty much need to know both of these. And then all the rest of these are fun, different versions of tarot cards. Here's one called the Old Style Tarot by some cool dude named Alexander Ray. Dude, he sounds pretty cool. Anyway, what he's done is taken imagery from both the classic and the Robin Hood and maybe some other places, and he's made some really lovely cards to throw as well. We have the Ethereal Bloom deck, which I'm having all kinds of fun with. That's the one right over here. Okay. We have the Gold Foil deck. That's a fan favorite. I'm not going to show it to you right now, but I just want you to know it's here. There's the Lost Soul Tarot, the Mermaid Tarot, and I also listed in the chat all the decks I can remember having. That includes the Stained Glass deck and also the, what's the other one? The Neon deck. So if you're interested in one of those decks, make a note. And yeah, I want to say good morning to our friends in the audience. Art Life, good morning. Thanks a lot for showing up. I really appreciate it. And Ellum, B. It's great to double see you. All right. Let me get something out. Usually I'm better prepared than this, but I got my tarotlogical forecast board right here. Hey, that wasn't so hard. There we go. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Robin Hood deck. I've already shuffled this in the interest of saving time. And now I'm ready to deal cards. So we'll start with the top card for Monday and the bottom card for Friday. And then we'll fan and cut our way through the week here. I think this one wants to come out with Monday. And one more. All right, so we've got a pair of cards for each day of the week, and now my Ethereal Bloom deck has also been shuffled, and I'm just going to draw the top one and get the primary message. You know, what kind of a perspective should we take on things here? We have, wow. It's the Lover's card. Wow, how inspiring is that? Welcome to StarCard Podcast. So the Lover's card talks about the power of two together. So I want to say, if I get to play a part here, if I'm the other part that helps you having a great week, it's an honor. Thanks for inviting me in. I also want to say that when I see the Lover's card, me, Breakaway Ray, it tells me that not only is this a message from the spirit world, but the spirit world is giving us a big hug right now. So I think everybody who's tuning in, no matter what time you're tuning in, you might be catching this recording sometime in the future, months from now, even years from now, who knows? Okay. Guess what? The spirit world's giving you a big hug right now, right as I'm saying this. Right on. I can even see like the little heart glowing up there in the sky. I know it's a flower. Anyway, so with the idea that there's a higher perspective and we're constantly supported and embraced by the spirit world, how does each day of the week look for us? Let's check it out. Wow. Whoa. All right. So we have the Moon card, which talks about the subconscious and mystery and illusion. And then we have the Eight of Cups card, which talks about walking away. You might have 8 cups there, but it's not suited for you anymore. And maybe there's something on Monday that you can let go. Like intuitively, this is not going anywhere. So let's walk away and take a look at things with fresh eyes. Because as long as we're talking about our subconscious with the moon and following our intuition, don't forget, we can ask for help from the spirit world. We could say, hey, can I have a little bit of guidance on this? I've been giving this a lot of thought. What do you think, spirit world? What do you think, spirit guides? What do you think, higher self? You get good at it, you can hear a response. So I'm told. I'm working on that. All right, let's go to Tuesday. Sweet. I love it. The tarot world is definitely giving us direct messages here. So on Tuesday, we have the Emperor card, which indicates control, and the Chariot card, which indicates movement. And so on Tuesday, you're driving the car. Ain't no backseat drivers. And not only that, looks like could even be a limousine. Maybe you'd be in the back enjoying the ride. All right, but you're still in control, right? All the responsibilities with you. You have to tell the driver where to go. You have to direct the energy. Direct your own energy. There's a good message. Walk away from what's not helping on Monday and then direct your energy forward in a positive way. Remember, aligning with your higher self here with the Lover's card. Here we go. I'm sorry. Can you tell I'm happy about that Lover's card thing? Okay, next up. Wow, on Wednesday, sweet. These are very inspiring messages. You have the King of Swords, which talks about mental clarity and truth and authority. And then you have the Empress, and she's sitting there with the greatest of comfort, and she's welcoming all guests. So it feels like, maybe you splurged and brought in treats on Wednesday for the office. And everybody was cool with that. It just goes to show what a righteous person you are. Not quite sure. There's lots of variations on this, right? The person that can bring comfort to everyone is the one who knows the most and has the most mental clarity. Yeah, how's that sound? All right, so let's go to Thursday. You're really like in control here with the Emperor, the Empress, and the connection to the subconscious. Wow. All right. Thursday is pretty awesome because you have the Magician card and the World card. So it looks like you're creating some kind of magic and it comes to a completion. Whatever spell you cast has been accomplished. What is the magic that you are creating? Why don't you ask yourself what's been on your mind all week? Because that's what you've been applying your attention toward. Right? Remember, that's what we reminded you about what you were doing on Tuesday. You have to direct your own attention, your own energy, because it's quite powerful. Look at those horses go. Okay? And you're totally on the right track, says the King of Swords. So nice magic. Congratulations on your accomplishment on Thursday. So on Friday, I'm presuming there's some kind of celebration. Come on, Friday. Oh, sweet. Yeah. All right. So on Friday, you got the Ace of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is, a gift from the universe because you channeled your energy and focused it the correct way. You floated everyone's boat while you completed your magic. You know, you're only using your powers for good. Okay. Therefore, the universe is going to upgrade your gifts. You're going to get to the first class section because you're very good at growing good magic. Congratulations. Wow. You guys are way ahead of the game. Thanks for tuning in to your Tarotlogical forecast. I'm going to give all these cards a little shuffle. What an accomplishment for all of us here at StarCard Podcast. There's more than 130 videos at StarCard Podcast, and there's 6 or 7 playlists. Great features. Of course, all the live podcasts, the live tarot throws. All right. So, next part of our show. Welcome to StarCard Podcast. This is the last day in our countdown of the 12 days of the 12 laws of karma. Let's review 12 through number 2 and then present karmic law number 1. Are you ready? Let's go downstairs. Timeout. Gatorade break. I'm just kidding. I don't drink that stuff. All right. All right. I could cut that out in editing. Anyway, here we go, everybody. The 12 laws of karma. Law number 12, the law of significance and inspiration. Every effort and action truly matters. If I'm going to edit it, I'm going to do it again. I think I'm... All right. Great. The 12 laws of karma. Number 12. The law of significance and inspiration. Every effort and action truly matters. Number 11. Law of patience and reward. Great rewards always take time and persistence. Law number 10. The law of change. History repeats itself until we finally learn. Law number 9. The law of here and now. Living in the past blocks our present happiness. Law number 8. Law number 8. The law of giving and hospitality. Our actions must always reflect our true values. Law of focus. We move forward only by focusing on one thing. Law number 6, the law of connection. Past, present, and future are all linked together. Law number 5, the law of responsibility. We are always accountable for our actions. Law number 4, the law of growth. To change the world, change yourself first. Law number 3, the law of humility. Accept reality before you can change it. Law number 2, the law of creation. Life happens when we actively make it happen. And presenting this final day of our 12 days of the 12 laws of karma, law number 1, the law of cause and effect. What we give out is what we get back. Well, to conclude writing in our notebook about the 12 laws of karma, start by busting out the notebook. So for those of you just tuning in, maybe for the first time to our 12-day countdown, each day we set up our notebook so that we can jot down thoughts that maybe we would only see better and understand if it's written down on paper, as opposed to just having it rumbling around in our mind, competing with the monkey mind for attention and clarification and support. So here we go. Each time we had a law of karma, we jotted down some thoughts, we had a conversation, and now here we are. My last page is already set up. The first law of karma, the law of cause and effect. What we give out is what we get back. And so what we can do, we can begin with writing the date on the paper. That's one of the valuable things about writing these notebooks, is that you can look back and you can find out what you were thinking on a certain day and see if there's been any growth or change or progress. I feel fortunate that I figured that out a long, long time ago as a journal keeper, as a teenager. And then when I say a long time ago, that's a long time ago. Okay, 1980s. All right, so anyway, today is the final day of November. Here we go. And then when I think of giving out what we get back, I have obviously some school examples from a previous lifetime, right? So what I'm going to talk about is, we'll just call it the Good Groove Day. And then, well, we'll just start right there, the Good Groove Day, but then we can also ask questions like, where did this energy come from? Like if I wasn't giving out this energy, then how come this other energy found me, right? So we can make like a Mad Lib here. If I wasn't emitting an energy of blank, then let me underline it. It's like philosophy class in college. Then what's up with that? Is there some kind of energy coming at me that, is out of left field? What's the deal? That doesn't make sense. Did I actually do this? And then your mind can reverberate like mine did. What am I like, just dealing with something from a previous lifetime that I don't even know about? That's pretty crazy. That can really push your consciousness when you're trying to solve a riddle like that. Maybe I have too much time on my hands. I should subscribe to some more subscription television. Okay, but anyway, this is also intellectually stimulating, this jotting down things that come out of my own mind. So I'm going to talk about a Good Groove Day, and then maybe like an example from observing in regular life, right? Yeah, let's proceed backwards from there. So maybe when I go to the part of observing regular life, I think about the people who help me at the juice shop, for example, and the mechanics who help me with my, quarterly tune-up when I get my oil change and things like that. And then also, let's just say, for example, the mailman. We want to make sure that the mail carrier gets recognized for the holidays. We want to leave something out for the mail carrier. So anyway, because the mail carrier is, it's important to do your job, of course, but thank goodness the mail carrier has integrity and does a good job. We can really rely on the mail carrier. Really takes care of my business by taking care of their own business. Okay, so let me write down the mail carrier. And then that would go with anyone who has to work for a form of gratuity, right? We're talking about service employees of all kinds. They're going out of their way to be kind and helpful, and they're hoping for a little extra gratuity, right? A little extra propina. That would be really nice. You give what you get back. You get back what you give out. You're trading energy there. And then, so that's good with observing regular life. And another thing is that, a lot of these customer service people that one interacts with, just as a matter of course in life, they must tangle with all kinds of personalities. And, they're quite good at their chameleon-like way of adapting to each personality as you come up to them. But nevertheless, I notice that when I'm courteous, I can guarantee they're going to mimic the same courtesy right back to me, which leads me to this good groove day I had in school. And I guess this is the part where I lift up the camera and I quickly try to share that story. Here we go. I spent more than 30 years in elementary school classrooms. And when you get acquainted at the beginning of the year in August and September and October, it's a lot of fun with all the new personalities, everyone getting used to each other and getting used to how the classroom works. And what I noticed was, I'd have to say this day happened a couple of times over the course of a couple of different years with a couple of different groups of kids. I would notice that as I'm going through the day and I'm checking assignment books, I'm collecting papers, I'm looking for signatures, I'm making sure students are completing their work and turning it in and getting credit for it. I'm making sure they're getting their materials and the stuff that they need to do the next project and get them pumped up and prepared also to do their homework and all that stuff. I noticed that they were being extremely courteous. They were always saying please and thank you. They were waiting their turn to speak. And I noticed that there was like some kind of a change in the students because that wasn't always the case in my classroom, although I had noticed it like the last, several years. But when you're in it, you're not really reflecting, on your stats from other years. You're like in the moment with the group that you're working with. But then I realized, of course, that what were the children doing? They were reflecting back to me what I was showing them. It was, again, that law of karma. What we get back is what we send out. What we emit is what we receive. I was going into the classroom, despite whatever challenges I may have thought I was undergoing, and I was giving them the best teacher I could give them, putting a smile on my face, putting a tie on, making sure that they had a good day and that they were prepared. I could worry about my problems later. I'm a grown-up, okay? I got a job to do. I got to help these kids out. We got a long way to go. And we're trying to build a team here because we got a long way to go. So I noticed that they were also, in a way, doing the same thing. They were being extremely courteous. And like, even if I was like having the smallest little hiccup in the class, when the kids were all, let's turn that into a positive, and I'll help out. We'll pitch in. We'll get it all done. Anyway, if you're ever in the classroom, you know how much fun it is. Even if you volunteer as a parent, you're just hanging out for an hour. How much fun is that? It's like sitting on the playground with the kids, just hanging out with them. Anyway, so I wanted to tell that story because it does relate to the first law of karma. You get what you give out, and you can also take those situations where you're not sure where the giving and receiving is coming from, right? Well, is it mysterious? Does it not make sense? Maybe it does relate to the first law of karma. What is going on with your soul? You better get out the notebook and start writing down your thoughts and find out what's going on. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right, but we're now going to bust out a deck of tarot cards, and we're going to invite the tarot world to comment on this first law of karma. All right, everybody, thanks for joining me in this adventure. Let's go downstairs and throw some more cards. Okay, tarot world. Wow, really enjoyed your tarotlogical forecast. And now you have the floor. Please tell us more about the law of cause and effect. What we give out is what we get back. The law of cause and effect. What we give out is what we get back. The law of cause and effect. What we give out is what we get back. Ooh. All right. Yeah, right after this, everybody, we're going to get to audience requests. And let's check and see what the tarot world has to say about the first law of karma, the law of cause and effect. What we give out is what we get back. I'm guessing we're going to see the Six of Pentacles. Well, how about the Two of Pentacles? The Two of Pentacles, we're paying attention to two things, aren't we? Giving and receiving, cause and effect. Two of Pentacles. Oh, it's the Lover's card. How about some more deuces? The power of two together, cause and effect. They go together. And right now, I'm imagining that everyone's seeing that emblem that's on the Korean flag, I think, the yin and the yang, right? I'm going to have to learn again what the name of that emblem is. But how about that? Cause and effect, Two of Pentacles. Maybe there's a balance card coming, but they are unified, this cause and effect. The Knight of Pentacles. I'm going to read from the book about the Knight of Pentacles. Wow, that is a really cool looking card. Cool. Wow. All right, let's read about the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. The knight contemplates the pentacle in his hand. Next to the field he has methodically plowed. Unlike the other knights, the horse he sits atop is still. The upright meaning of the card is you are executing your goals through a meticulous plan. It may take time and even seem mundane, but the repetition and routine will generate results. So, in relation to the law of karma, as long as you are always remembering that when you have a cause, you have an effect, and wherever there's an effect, you can trace a cause, okay? Eventually, you'll become some kind of a master. You'll be mastering your own karma. You'll know how to balance it out just in time. Here's the Eight of Cups. That's the walk away card. Let's read about the Eight of Cups. Under the moonlight, a man leaves behind 8 cups and heads towards the mountains. He is dissatisfied with the cups and seeks greater fulfillment. He is dissatisfied with the game of karma on surface planet Earth, and he seeks higher ground. Seeks greater fulfillment, for sure. Work hard at it, mastering that cause and effect, and then you can leave that karma behind. Okay. The Queen of Cups, look at your new situation. Once you've mastered that, I'll read to you about the Queen of Cups. The Queen stares deeply at a closed cup adorned with handles shaped like angels. Her throne is embellished with sea creatures. While she is surrounded by water, her feet do not touch it. The universe is sending compassionate, nurturing energy, using you or someone in your life as its vehicle. Support others and trust in your heart. And then the Five of Swords. Well, it's definitely a lovely card for the Five of Swords. I like the sky in that picture. Okay, well, the flowers look gorgeous too. Okay, so what does that mean? So there's empathy, and we have to have an understanding for others. It's important to remember that everyone has a higher self and to love their higher self, but to distinguish it from their day-to-day 3D world self and whatever kind of hijinks that brings, because that's the nature of what life is like down here. I'm saying this because the Five of Swords talks about competition and bullying and even abuse. So I just think that, if you trust in the spirit world, while you're balancing your causes and your effects and the way you plow forward with your energies, you can leave a lot of karma behind and you can be big enough to give to others despite what's going on around you. Hey, that was a fun exercise in creative tarot reading. It was a fun topic, the 12 laws of karma. Those were excellent lesson plans. And I want to thank the tarot world for being a guest speaker every day on the subject. All right, let me give these a shuffle. All right, thank you very much, Art Life. I appreciate your feedback. Thank you so much. And I want to say hi to Missing Time 420. Live long and prosper to you too. All right, so let me, I'm going to come upstairs and we'll make a list and we'll see who wants a reading. Do we have a small, intimate group today? How fun. So, oh yeah, sorry. Here we go. All right, so I'm reading the notes now to see who wants a reading and how they want it done here. All right. Okay, Ellen, very good. So I'm jotting down some notes now. You want the gold foil. I'm glad you requested that. Again, made a note. And then you're talking about a 6-month view with letter A. Okay. Very good. All right. Next up. Yeah, thank you again, Art Life. All right, Jason. Okay, so how to, I'll write down the question. Yeah, let me get this. I need a better pen. Hang on. So it looks like Jason wants a Lost Soul deck, or by coincidence, that's the deck I'm going to use. Okay. All right. Next up, I see Caris. Hi, Caris. I hope I'm saying your name right. So yes, of course you could have a reading, Caris. I'm going to write down your name, Caris Eza. All right. Thanks for joining us. Do I already know you? Do you already have another name? Anyway, it doesn't matter. The tarot world knows who you are. I'm jotting down your name. We're going to get you your message. Yeah, it is Heavenly Cup. See, I knew. I just read the rest of the chat. All right, cool, Heavenly Cups. Old style, good. Glad you could join us, Caris. Am I saying it right? Is it Caris or Caris? I hope it's right. Either way. All right. I can't tell. Did I miss Art Life's request? It doesn't matter. There's plenty of time. Art Life. Anybody else tuning in? I'm going to go ahead and start with Elam and the gold foil deck. Then we'll go to Jason, Missing Time 420 with the Lost Soul. And then Caris with the old style. All right. Good. Excellent. Thank you, Caris. All right. We're going to go downstairs a second. One card for Art Life. I see your message, Art. You got it. Sweet. Oh yeah, the foil deck. Here we go. All right, so I read your message. This is about the next 6 months with the letter A. Here we go, Ellum. How about a view of the next 6 months, please, Tarot World? Someone really believes in you because this person keeps on making Tarot World requests. So I know you got good information for Ellum AA. What do the next 6 months look like? Yeah, you guys got a relationship, huh? Cool. These cards are for Ellum. The next 6 months with letter A, please. The next 6 months. All right. Hey, it's all for entertainment purposes only, but if it gives you an advantage, well, that's awesome. Thank you for tuning in to StarCard Podcast. You deserve it. I'm trying to get you the right light here. Yeah. Oh, is that the light that's off? Let's go with that. First up, the Ace of Swords. Yeah, the Ace of Swords talks about truth and clarity of mind. We might as well read out of the book. Here we go. Here we go. Getting closer. Hang on, please. Thanks for your patience, everyone. The Ace of Swords, this card signifies a breakthrough of ideas and having the mental clarity to carry them out. And in regards to relationships, it says, open yourself up to honest and thoughtful discussions with others. This is key to building a strong, lasting foundation to any relationship. I just read that out of the book. Okay, yeah. Well, as long as you're opening up communications, guess what? Then you're going to have the Six of Cups. You'll be making happy memories together. The Six of Cups also, by the way, talks about nostalgia, if that rings any bells for you. Okay, next, it's the Five of Pentacles. All right, you know I like turning this card upside down. The Five of Pentacles talks about hard times, feeling forlorn and left out. But you know what? It could also indicate a recovery from such a situation. I'm turning that upside down. I mean, that's what you would end up doing anyway, right? You're going to turn it into a positive. Why wait? Turn it upside down. Let's go right away. Next up, Temperance. Temperance talks about balance. Yeah, it's a cool image, all right. It looks very 3D down there in that light. Maybe I should read about temperance for you. Temperance. The angel is a reminder that you can achieve peace through balance and moderation. Be wary of letting extreme behaviors define you. In regards to relationships, it says, you may be trying to force results from a relationship. Don't be overbearing, but don't become apathetic either. Well, yeah, that's balance, all right. Yeah, don't be apathetic, and then don't be overbearing. Somewhere in the middle would be perfect. That's where everyone else is. Next up, the Ace of Pentacles. Well, the universe is giving you a great gift. That's a really cool card. Yeah, it's got like a platinum shine to it. Sorry about it. I can't seem to adjust that light the way I like it. maybe we should read about the Ace of Pentacles. Here we go. I found it in a hurry. In regards to relationships, it says the relationship may offer financial stability or security. This allows a solid foundation to focus on other ventures, either together or independently. And then finally, the Knight of Pentacles. We saw him with the other deck just a few minutes ago there. The Knight of Pentacles, he's the guy that plows the field and works really hard at it. I'm sure everyone who has a relationship understands better than I do how hard you got to work at relationships. It's another job. Anyway, good luck to you, LMAA. I hope it all works out well. Sure appreciate you inviting me to read. It is, great fun. You really challenged me to think about what I can do with the tarot cards. Next up, it's Missing Time 420. Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to read that sentence. Hang on a second. I got to give these a toss. Hey, I saw that comment, Missing Time 420. I know it is the holidays. Gold foil wrapped around some chocolate. These are pretty sweet cards. Okay. But we were going to go Lost Soul on you. Is that what you want? 2 soul cards? Got it. Cool. All right. We get to shuffle them. All right, Tarot World. Here we go. How about 2 soul cards? For Jason, please. Yeah, these things are rich too. Whoa. Hey, we just got 2 cards. They just kind of popped out, and they're both pretty cool. They're the 4 of Wands first, the homecoming card, like 2 souls coming together, right? Kind of sounds familiar. And then the 3 of Wands, which is the one that has foresight and the one that makes plans. How do we say it? Luck is where preparation meets opportunity. So how do 2 souls come together? How do 2 souls come together? Look to the future. Find out where future Missing Time 420 is going to be. And that energy is going to match up with the person when you meet that person. I'm just throwing it up there, using my intuition to let words roll off my tongue. I might as well be speaking in tongues. I don't know if it helps, Jason, but thanks for inviting me to read. We should I kind of want to get another reading from this deck. Tell you what, I'm going to give these a toss. And then when I'm done with the audience, I will go ahead and throw some cards for myself, maybe using the Lost Soul Tarot. Here we go. Thanks, Jason. All right, Carice, the old style. All right, hang on. I don't watch other people throw tarot on the internet except for 2 people. But I did happen to, scroll by some people and they had the same old style tarot deck. I know they were having a good time with it. All right, but Carice wants a reading. All these decks feel so different. How fascinating. All right, how about a wonderful, helpful, inspirational message for our friend Carice, please? Throwing tarot cards all the way around the world here at StarCard Podcast. These cards are for Carice. These cards are for Carice. Okay. And we'll do one more right there. Excellent. All right, Carice. Let's have some more fun. Thanks for joining me, everyone. It's the 4 of Pentacles. He's looking at, he's holding on to what's precious, but he's not going to go very far because he's got his foot on one of them. And you're not going to step too far away from something if you got to take your foot off your coin. Makes me feel like, how you feel when you have a job and, I got to have the job. And I guess I'm going to keep looking around, but I need the job right now. Yeah, all right, cool. Ooh, I want to look at this card under the microscope real quick. Nice. Well, everybody, this is a fascinating take on the Six of Swords. I hope I'm trying to get you the best image here. So there's a woman, and she looks like she's floating in the sky, and she's holding a baby. And then there's a man in the boat, and you also see the swords there. There we go. Anyway, it's the Six of Swords. And you see some birds in the sky. Anyway, the Six of Swords is the one that says you're being guided to calmer waters from the rougher waters by an invisible hand, by the spirit world. So hold on tight because you're going for a ride, and it's okay because the spirit world is guiding you through this mess. Did I say mess? I meant the waves, the rapids, the mild rapids. They're mild. It's fun. It's like summer camp, and you're in a raft. River rafting in Northern California on the Kern River. I don't know, is that Northern California? Anyway, the spirit world is, you're holding on to the inflatable raft. You're having a good time. Hold on tight. Here we go. Yay, the Seven of Pentacles. You've done a terrific job of growing what's valuable in life. I mean, if you think about where you came from when you were like a brand new adult in your 20s to however old you are now, maybe you're 25, I don't know. But I mean, even just in that short amount of time, you've really made things grow. You've made an impact on the world, on the community around you. Look at all the people that are involved in your life. They can how many contacts do you have on your phone, right? Next up, the Two of Pentacles. Is someone a master at balancing more than one thing at a time? You got 2 degrees. You got 2 personalities. Do you have like a secret hero identity like Batman? You're Bruce Wayne, but then you're also Batman. You're Clark Kent, but then you're also Superman. Oh, you're Princess Diana, but you're also Wonder Woman. Pick your favorite superhero. You have a superhero personality going here. Otherwise, you couldn't do what you're doing. But of course, you have the spirit world on your side because you know what's important and what's valuable. Hold on tight. The Three of Pentacles says you got teamwork. You're working with a team. There's collaboration involved. And the last card, it's the Hierophant, representing learning and social acceptance. It looks like ceremony as well. Anyway, I am thankful that you invited me to read. Thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day wherever you're at. Hey, Ellen, I got your message. Thank you very much. You are very, very welcome. Hey, Missing Time 420. That is an interesting question you asked. Did the person that made Looking Glass Tech start with tarot? I don't know. I'm going to have to ponder that after the show. That's a good one. Thanks, Jason. Yeah, great. Very good. I appreciate your message, Carice. Okay. You guys are all so nice to me. Thank God you also have nothing to do. All right. And then next, it's Art Life, who gets 1 card. All right, Art. I'm going to give you the classic one. Here we go. Give you as much messages as I can. How about a card for Art Life? I'm throwing cards all over all the continents today. That's pretty cool. That's an adventure I didn't expect. Thank you, Art Life, for inviting me to read. We're going to get you a card. How about? I don't think that's 1 card. I think that's all right. That's too many. Well, we'll take this one. Okay. Yeah. Have an Ace of Cups, Art. I bet you feel like you have an Ace of Cups every day. Let's read the Ace of Cups for you. Love, compassion, creativity, new feelings, spirituality, intuition, and it also says new baby, proposal, and marriage. It also talks about pioneering and leading and dominance and ambitiousness and originality. All right. Cool deal, Art. Thanks a lot. By the way, Art, the other card, not that you asked for it. All right. I know. Coincidence-orama. Yeah, cool deal, Art. Thank you very much, Art. Roll on. Keep rolling. Keep on trucking. All right, and then did I get everybody? Because maybe it's Breakaway Ray's turn. I bet the tarot world wants to talk to me. I don't see anyone else asking for a reading, so I'm going to go ahead and do a reading for myself. Why not? Because it is the end of the month. Maybe the tarot world would like to comment on what we accomplished with our 12-day countdown of the 12 days of the 12 laws of karma and everything else we did in November, where I'm spelling November with a K. Just like when I say mind control, I'm spelling control with a K. All right, so hey, tarot world, this one's for me, for Breakaway Ray, on the last day of November. Thank you very much for all your instruction and cooperation this month. It's been wonderful. And now would you care to share a message with me? That'd be fine too. Thank you very much. These cards are for Breakaway Ray. I could do this once a month. Why not? That was an electric card there. That was like, I got like a little shock when I put them together. These cards for Breakaway Ray. All right, let's have fun. I'm scared. I'm kidding. Here I go. First up, it's the King of Cups. All right, I'll read about the King of Cups. The King of Cups. You or a person in your life has built a balance between logic and emotions. Self-aware, they are mindful of those around them when taking action. And then for career, it says, bring both raw intellect and emotional intelligence to the workplace. Make logical decisions while still appealing to other people's emotions. That's that's the tarot world coaching me on my podcasting persona. Very good. Thanks, Coach. What else you got? Next up, yeah, the Magician. All right, cool. Making magic, Breakaway Ray. Good for you. Get out of here. The Tower card. Where we're breaking down barriers. We're breaking away from this civilization. We're breaking into a new one. Cool. And then the Eight of Pentacles. Keep it going, Breakaway Ray. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Teach. And the last card for Breakaway Ray, it's the Wheel of Fortune. It's destiny. It's fate. It's everything you kept telling yourself. All right, so keep up the good work, Breakaway Ray. All right, everybody. It's been a great November. I want to thank everyone in the audience for participating today. I can't wait to go in and read the chat. Explore the other parts of STARCARD podcast, ladies and gentlemen. There's more than 100 videos. Check out the playlist. Check out the Tarotpedia. We're always adding to it every couple of weeks. Anyway, looking forward to December 2025 with you. And I hope you have a great Sunday wherever you are. And we'll see you again, if not on Monday, probably on Tuesday, right? Okay, thanks so much. I'm going to sign out now. All right, bye-bye, everybody. Thank you.